Hi guys, I hope you're all well. In this video I want to share with you a Lyle McDonald quote because I think it's so relevant to the majority of people trying to achieve their fat loss or muscle building goals, and it goes along the lines of people are always looking for advanced training programs long before they have the basics down, and they're constantly looking for complicated diet plans long before they have the basics down. And this is so true. People are constantly focused on the minor details. They're splitting hairs over the things that don't really matter, yet they don't even have the basic fundamental principles to help them achieve their fat loss and muscle building goals. And I wanted to share with you some big fundamental principles, because if you don't have these big building blocks in place, the minor details really don't matter. Some basic fundamental principles that must be in place before you start focusing on these minor details. So things like, within a fat loss phase, focusing on sufficient protein to preserve lean muscle mass within the fat loss phase. This is such a big fundamental principle, yet still I see people not doing this. Second big principle is focusing on the energy deficit needed for fat loss. This is the number one foundational principle that must be in place for you to achieve your fat loss goals. If you're not burning more calories than you're consuming, I don't care how quote unquote healthy the food you're eating, you're not going to achieve your fat loss goals. So those are two big foundational principles within the fat loss phase. In addition to that, really focusing on having weight training as the foundation of your routine within the fat loss phase. Again, a big foundational principle. Weight training should be the foundation to preserve lean muscle mass within the fat loss phase, and then when you do create that energy deficit needed for fat loss, meaning losing body fat, water and glycogen, as opposed to losing muscle mass within the fat loss phase. Additionally, within a muscle building phase, focusing on progressive overload, a program that is based around progressive overload, increasing volume over time, having sufficient protein once again, and then creating that energy surplus. Yeah, I know these principles sound very basic, you probably already heard these before, but the reality is most people don't have a clue how many calories they're eating every day. They don't have a clue how many grams of protein they're actually eating every day. Most people aren't tracking their program to actually create a progressive stimulus within a muscle building phase, and most people aren't actually tracking their weight loss correctly. They don't actually know whether they're actually creating that energy deficit needed for fat loss. And really make sure you've got these foundational principles within your fat loss or muscle building phase before you start looking at some of these minor details where most people like to focus on, because these big broad principles aren't quite as interesting as some of the minor details that people focus on, like for example pre and post workout nutrition or supplements, etc. These kind of minor details. So hopefully that's helped. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. I like the video, I've enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll look forward to speaking to you soon. Take care.